Hey, it's Mark Ferguson with Invest for More and standing outside rental property number 12, and we are getting ready to sell this one. So we're going to talk about this property, what I bought it for, what we're selling it for, why I'm selling it, all of that great stuff. This is the one that had kind of the interesting colored kitchen. So the house is staged now, and we'll show you what it looks like now with the staging in place as well. And then we'll talk about some other news with my rentals as well. I sold rental property number 7, about a month ago. And I just got a new property under contract to do a 1031 exchange with that rental. So that will be really cool to go through that process and show everyone what's happening there as well. And it's a really interesting property I'm buying too. So that will be fun to show all of that. Now, of course, check out investformore.com for much more information on our flips, rentals, be an agent, all of that great stuff. We have lots of books on Amazon and a free book on investformore.com too, as well. So I bought this house in 2015 for $127,000, and it's been rented since then to a few different tenants. I'm not sure exactly how many. We've pretty much always had property managers who managed this property. Up until I had 7 rentals, I used to manage them myself, and by that I mean my wife did most of the work and I took most of the credit. And eventually she told me she hated it and I had to get property managers. So we did. And just getting property managers is so much better. Just because I hate showing properties. I don't like dealing with tenants. And it just works out better for me to have property management. Now, we've gone through a number of different property managers the last couple of years. And we actually just kind of let go another property management company. And we're going to try doing it in-house for now. But by in-house, I mean people, at Blue Steel Real Estate on my team will be doing most of the property management, not me. So just want to be clear on that. So I think this house was rented from, like 1,400 to 1,600 at the end. And if we were to rent it right now, it'd probably rent for, 17 to 1,800. It's just a 2-bedroom up. So there's just 2 bedrooms up and then kind of 2 bedrooms down. In most of my other properties, I'll have 3 bedrooms up that were rentals, but we still never had a problem renting this property. It's in a decent area. It's funny because I was going to talk about this. I'm a licensed real estate broker. I can't say this is in a good neighborhood, like legally. I can't say it's in a bad neighborhood. I can't say the schools are good here because those could all be fair housing violations and be interpreted as me steering people to certain neighborhoods. So what I can say is this property is in a higher average priced area, or houses overall have sold for more here. Even then you want to be careful saying things like that as an agent. You got to be real careful just about what you say as far as any of that, crime, schools, neighborhoods, because a good neighborhood to me is not a good neighborhood to everybody. So I don't want to, the law doesn't want you to force your opinion on other buyers. Is kind of how it works. So this property is in a neighborhood that has a higher average price than the other rental I just sold, rental property number 7. So even though that property had 5 bedrooms, 2 baths, a walkout basement, and sold for $370, this one might sell for close to that as well, with 4 bedrooms, 2 baths, and no walkout basement. So we're probably going to try and sell it for around $370. So it's been a pretty good property. And yeah, here's the kitchen I was talking about. I picked this color for some reason. Nikki I guess she thought it'd be funny if I picked the color to see what happened. And the tough part is the counters are one, color, the floor is different, the wall's different, and none of it really works well together. I don't think any of them are horrible. And really, I guess, we should just gone with a basic, easy white, and maybe even change the countertop color. That could have worked too. But with the furniture in here and the staging, it doesn't look horrible. It's not too bad. So I'm not too disappointed in myself now. I don't think it will impact the sale that much. All right, the backyard is looking slightly better. Our sprinkler system wasn't working for a while. And then, the double fence I talked about. And we now have an AC, so that's cool. The AC was gone after the tenants moved out this last time. It's just gone. So I don't know if the tenants took it and stole it, or if it gotten stolen at some point before, who knows, but they never told us that. But now we have a working air conditioner again. All right, so why am I selling this property? Well, like I said, it's worth about $370,000. I have about something like $250,000 of equity in it. I think I refinanced this property once and took money out with a new loan, used that to buy more rentals. And I have all this money tied up on it. And, rent is like $1,800 a month, which is not a very good rent to value ratio on a $370,000 house. So when I first bought this property, I paid $127,000, rented it for like $1,400 a month. So the rent was, more than 1% of what the purchase price was, where now the rent is like 0.5% of what the value is. So that's why I'm thinking of selling a few of these. I have 2 others that are vacant as well that I'm trying to figure out what to do on those residential rentals in the same situation. And so I'm going to sell this one. I might 1031 exchange it as well, or I might just take the money and maybe, put it towards building a new building, which I still want to do. I still want to build a commercial building on the vacant lot I have. I've shown that video a number of times if you want to see that process where we tore down a house actually to make a vacant lot. And so definitely want to do that still. Oh, we're missing a light bulb. Oh. And so I could use, money to do that, or 1031 exchange it to a new rental property. And so speaking of that, rental property 7, we did sell about a month ago. And with a 1031 exchange, you have 45 days to identify a new property to buy, and then 180 days to actually buy it. So I was getting down to like a week or 10 days to identify a new property and hadn't found one yet. And finally got one. It's a pretty neat property. It's a triplex built in 1910, so an older property. And it has a 1-bedroom and a 2-bedroom apartment in it now, and what used to be a church in a lower level commercial unit, but we can turn that back into a 3-bedroom apartment. And it has a house on the same property, a little 2-bedroom, 1-bedroom house. So basically, and the list price on that was $550,000, so more than the other one, but I'll probably get a loan to cover the difference between my 1031 exchange money and buying a new property. So I literally don't have to bring any of my own money to do that, or I could, but I probably won't because I like to spend my money on new properties and doing more stuff. But so basically, I'm 1031 exchanging a property that is worth $370 and rents for $1,900 a month, maybe $2,000, the other property, into a property I'm paying $550,000 for, and once it's stabilized and all rented, should rent from $4,000 to $5,000 a month. So that's kind of why we're selling some and exchanging them into new ones. And not only that, but when I buy the new one, and stabilize it, we can increase the value up to $700,000 probably. Whereas, if I have an existing property I already own, basically the only way the value goes up is through appreciation, the market going up, which it has done, but I can't, with the new properties, I can fix them up, get good deals, add more equity that way too. So based on that thinking, I'm probably going to be selling the other residential rentals that are vacant as well, kind of doing the same thing, trying to exchange them into new properties, because when you do a 1031 exchange, you don't pay any taxes on the profit you make or the depreciation you took, which is pretty cool. So that would save me like 40 grand on selling rental property number 7, probably similar to that on this one, if I can use those 1031 exchanges. All right, so that's the house. I know we went through the basement without saying a word about it, but 2 bedrooms down there, kind of one of the family rooms is kind of called a bedroom because it has a closet and a window. 2 bedrooms up here, should be worth around $370 with staged. We're having photos taken tomorrow, so we'll get those done. Then we'll list it up for sale and see how it goes. Just a word of advice for people who are selling houses, listing them. We always make sure it's staged, it's clean, we have all the pictures in, and it's ready to go before we list them. We don't list it saying, oh, photos are coming soon, or house will be cleaned soon. We have it ready and perfect as soon as it's listed, because a lot of times those people who are the most interested are waiting to see that house right away, and you want to make the absolute best impression you can. So if it means waiting a week to list it, even though you're impatient like me, it's still worthwhile, and you should wait that time to make sure it's in great shape, the photos are great, before you sell it. All right, thanks for watching. If you have any questions or comments, please let us know. We love it when you like our videos, we love it when you share our videos, and we love it when you subscribe too if you haven't subscribed yet. We'll have many more videos coming up, maybe not of this one, but the other rentals, as we fix them up, we're working on them too, of new flips we're buying, because we bought a lot of new flips, 3 flips in the last 2 weeks, and we're buying another one next week, I think. So that's pretty cool too. That's a really interesting story too that I'd love to share with you as soon as we get that property. So we'll be back soon, and hope everybody is having a great, almost fall. Crazy, huh?